Welcome back, episode 100.
And one. Welcome back. Episode 101.
This is 100. I didn't put up the other one last week.
Wow.
Because now we can do it properly. With a bottle of Dom Perignon. Presented by Lord Christian Osbeck. Do you want to do the honors of opening it up, Christian? Okay.
Yeah, he's never actually had to do that himself.
No, obviously not.
Yeah, usually it's Hubert or Hugo that...
We've done so well. Can you believe it? With episode 100. Christian, do you want to hold the microphone whilst I open this bottle? Introduce yourself. Guys, this is Christian Osbeck, one of the greatest jujokers of all time. How would you introduce him, Alan?
I'm just here for the show.
I mean, that covered quite a lot of it. Honestly... He's too humble to say it himself, so I'll just say it for him. This is the greatest medic who's ever lived. And surgeon. His passion obviously lies in medicine, but you will find him on the mats, nonetheless, pursuing his hobby of judo at an Olympic level.
How high are you right now? Let's go 1 to 10.
Out of 10. Yeah, probably it was probably higher when I arrived, but then we had that little break, you know, that good hour break that we had before the start, and I sort of dropped a bit lower down. There's the San Pellegrino we always drink.
This is ridiculous.
You're supposed to actually have this in a mug, guys, if you didn't know. Yeah. 50 quid gone. 50 quid
This
gone.
is going to stink the gym. Champagne stinks.
Say that into the mic again.
Well spent.
Jamie.
Go on, fill up the mug completely.
Oh, it stinks.
Walk the fellas through what they're hearing.
Mate, so
This is a podcast.
this is a
ASMR.
yeah, this is the fizz from a 2013 bottle of red wine.
The rest of it.
And
Right.
it's so old.
Cheers,
it's fizzy.
fellas. Episode 100. Here we
Cheers.
go. Bottle of Dom Perignon.
Episode
Let's go.
101 yet.
Awful. £180 for that bottle. Yeah. In a restaurant, it would be significantly more.
It's fizzy,
It's fizzy.
just like the water we know and love, Dom Perignon.
Dom Perignon.
for
See you
sponsoring
later,
the
Christian.
podcast.
Have a fantastic day.
Did you finish?
You finished.
Well done, mate.
And the floor. We'll sort that out later.
You're gonna break someone's arm, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're just gonna have a bit too much fun and break little Will's arm.
Right. Welcome back to the podcast. Here we go.
Thanks.
What an
I guess-
introduction. If you've listened to all that,
That if you've got this far, truly
like,
well
subscribe,
done.
YouTube, Spotify,
Yeah.
do all that. Here it is, as promised.
Dom
There we go.
Perignon.
We'll see that off throughout the session.
We didn't manage to get any guests on other than obviously Lord Christian. Lord Christian, who insisted he come and taste the bottle to make sure it was, safe to drink.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
What's going on, boss?
And he confirmed it's correct.
How have you been?
On a scale of 1 to 10,
Yeah.
pretty good actually. The training's been hard, mate. I've been wrestling,
no.
as in a good way.
Oh, fantastic.
I've been just pushing myself because I'm enjoying myself. Wrestling, that collar tying. That's what I'm doing now.
You like collar tying?
I'm just collar tying now for a
Any
little bit.
details you want to share with the audience?
Switching collar ties. Basically, I'm doing an Atos, using a collar ties to set up a double, and it's very fun.
You're shooting doubles now.
Yeah, I'm shooting doubles now.
What changed your mind?
Watch the Sidikov video on outside step. I always felt my doubles were a bit, they weren't as fast as they could be, but now they feel like I can do them at the drop of a hat. Double.
What do you attribute that to?
Doing an outside step.
Right.
That's it.
Setting up from a collar tie.
Yeah, okay, yeah, sorry. The setups from the collar tie kind of make people not choose a stance. So they stop going right or left leg forward and they start just being square to you and with their head high up. So in that instance, hard to collar tie, hard to fake the legs. You can fake, and if they don't respond, you shoot. Take them down backwards, end up above your partner. That's a takedown. 2 points.
2 points.
Maybe even more.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I've been doing anyway, and it's quite tiring for me as well. So
how's the neck?
My neck?
Yeah.
Good one.
Shooting doubles.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Yeah, because it's a head outside mostly. It's mostly not a blast. I'll show you the video. It's a 5-second clip. People can imagine what it looks like. But or you can just, hey Jamie, if you just go on YouTube,
I actually will put this up on you. I keep threatening it, but I will put it up.
Oh,
if you send that
you
to me.
Fucking won't, will you?
No, I will.
Mate, look
What's
how he
he
starts.
doing?
Look.
He's there.
He does. So here, this is where it starts. He's square, shuffle step, right leg back, left leg forward with the super shot. And look at the knee cut shot here. Look how he shoots, and then a follow up left leg step, and that. I mean, his partner's already in the air. It's just a done deal. But mate, that is a skill that I will be teaching the fellas.
I'm gonna make a video of that, won't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You stealing my fucking idea? What?
Hey?
No, go on.
No, what'd you say?
No, you stealing my idea. I'm not going to.
No.
I wouldn't say I'm good enough.
No, I'm sharing it. I'm
to
sharing it.
upload that.
Oh, mate, because this is the second week, and there was a lot of heat last week. Ecological approach. We need to discuss that because we did.
We did, didn't we?
No, but I didn't release that podcast because now we've got the Dom Perignon.
But can't we just release that later?
I can release that later.
Let's release
but
that
let's
later.
talk about it now,
the eco, okay, yeah, but then we might just go over stuff we've already said in the next one.
That's fine. People would love to listen anyway.
Inception. Well, what we're just going on. I'm just so bored of
You're
it.
sick of it now.
You do a little bit of trolling, and suddenly people think you have an opinion.
Yeah.
Listen, games are fun to do and useful with techniques to guide what you do in the games. That is my opinion.
That's it.
That's as succinct as I'll get. Thanks. And I refuse to debate over comments.
Well, it's just stupid, isn't it? Because you just get every idiot.
There's a character
really
limit
nasty too. Really nasty.
Really offensive comments. I'm pretty sure there was one about my hair, and yeah, that one stung. I will be seeing a psychiatrist.
You should.
I probably should. They grow back much faster. Genuinely, if I receive any more hate, I'm like this close to killing myself, guys. So just
you're reporting too. You report the comments.
I report good or bad comments. They get reported because I don't know who's being snide and sarcastic.
Yeah.
So you got to fill them in.
Nasty little piece of work.
Oh, this is awful. Another comment.
Oh.
So yeah. Anyway,
Go on,
it was all fun and games, and also, but the thing is, trolling one person who has a following is fun.
Yeah.
Trolling the followers is boring.
Yeah.
Because there's just too many. It's like killing ants. How many?
They keep coming out the
How
woodworks.
many ants are you gonna kill?
No,
like
you
after
can't
a
keep
while,
killing ants. You want to kill the queen bees.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
People will follow it because then they get really mad and they
queen,
make
and then
themselves
they'll
look
scatter and latch onto the next thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
there you go. That's the ecological approach.
and also my final point was long words do not explain things simplistically.
No.
That is all.
Yeah. You're just trying to make it's a moral high ground approach, isn't it?
Yeah.
So intelligent.
Let me Google those last 7 sentences. Yeah, really good to talk to.
Good to troll, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
Great. Excellent to troll. Well, there we go.
There we go. More on the next episode. How about that?
Yeah.
A more detailed
All right.
dive into what it is.
All right. Should we do a question?
Really, really awful. Yeah, I don't actually have your questions though because we never actually did the podcast, did we?
We did, but
oh,
man, I'm fucking pissed.
gosh, oh gosh.
Do you want to take the reins on this,
Yeah, go on. Suicide Watch.
Stefan?
Stefan.
What the fuck is this? Did you get the update too? And it's gone all fucking retarded. I don't know why it's done this.
I don't like. Just click it once. There you go.
Right, you want to take the reins on this?
Go on then. As in the reading.
Yeah.
Can Owen beat a bear? All right, no. Thoughts on tempo intervals as aerobic work? Do you rotate alactic and lactic? We answered that.
Watch the previous podcast. This is all from.
This is all previous questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't.
Oh, you want me to release that podcast anyway? Yeah, nonetheless, that can be episode 101, even though at the start we say it's an episode 100, but it's fine.
Yeah.
We'll just confuse people.
We'll just lie.
Yeah.
at some point.
Well,
yeah.
we literally have no questions to answer then.
Well, let's go on the YouTube. We can just talk. Wait, we can just talk. We can just shoot the shit. We're just two
friends.
To quote two straight guys. No, I'll go on the
two straight fellas shooting the shit.
I'll go on the YouTube
Shooting
and
the
see.
shit. Mate, I'm off to Australia in 2 weeks.
Fucking hell, it's going to be awful.
But you know what we're
Mate,
going to do,
you are
mate?
just a nightmare when you're drunk. Is that why we have to wear a rash guard when we go drinking with you?
Oh, we've got the Trend City night out next week. We've organised for the fellas. 8 to 10 fellas out at Soho House in Soho. We're going to have such a lovely time. Yeah, mate, I'm off to Australia on the 17th of December. You know what we're going to do for the podcast? Because what's going to happen to the podcast?
What's going to happen to the podcast?
I'm going to FaceTime you, and I'm going to record the whole thing, and that's going to be the podcast.
Legend. I'll come in here.
You come in here.
I'll come in here. I'll set the blow up doll there.
Yep. And we'll go from there.
We'll start. Okay, someone says, welcome back. Someone else says, man pulled a book and knew exactly what chapter he's looking for. You can tell he's read that shit many times too. These are quite old.
That's the podcast you should listen to. What episode is that?
How to train with new people for jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, watch that. That's going to have all the info you need about tempo intervals for alactic and lactic.
This one says, Charles is definitely the ogre spaz in the gym. That's really hurtful.
You see what I mean? You see what I mean about the nasty little comments?
Oh, here we go.
I would agree with him, though. Yeah, I haven't trained a week, man. I've been sick.
If you aren't going to support the ecological approach and essentially fart into the microphone, the least you could do is use anatomical nomenclature for every BJJ scenario ever. Is he taking the piss?
What does that mean?
Hold on, let me just reread it because he might be doing a double.
Read it out loud, boss. Don't just be silent.
If you are going to, I read it. If you are going to support the ecological approach and essentially fart into the microphone, the least you could do is use anatomical nomenclature for every BJJ scenario ever.
That's what Jerry Saunders says. He's just mimicking that comment.
Yeah,
I can't believe how much heat that apparently people on Reddit were going crazy about that. I don't have Reddit, so I don't
go on Reddit.
But some fellas were saying that you sparked a
debate.
Large debate, yeah. Shout out to our female listeners too. We had 2 female listeners as we were talking about penises and foreskins. So shout out for you guys listening.
Looking forward to the Dom Perignon.
Here it is, fellas.
Correctly spelled. Pairingyon. What a fucking genius.
This is it. Half the bottle left.
Someone's asking about the frenulum stretch, but I can't help you, champ.
Yeah. Why? You don't know about it?
I'm not.
Your penis is big enough.
Christian's already gone. Yeah.
Right,
I've only got to some people can fit whole objects, you know.
Is the frenulum the Jap's eye?
I think it's just below the Jap's eye. Actually, it might be the Jap's eye, but I think it's just below the Jap's eye.
It's the connector of the foreskin.
It might be literally foreskin.
Frenulum.
Yeah.
Female listeners, if you look up frenulum and you can write in the comments what frenulum is, that would be fantastic.
Google image search.
Yeah. We've got 2 female listeners by the sound.
2?
Yeah, 2 commented in. And they both claim to be the only female listener. Mate, women. Can't live with them, can't live without them. Honestly,
Maybe
unbearable.
it's the same person.
Unbearable. Maybe it is the same person.
Hey,
all right.
What do we do without questions? We just
talk shit.
We just need someone to insult for a little bit. It's like
we need Stefan or Almond in the room.
Almond would be good.
Almond's
Shout
good.
out Almonds.
In his school uniform.
Did he come into training yesterday?
Did he?
I don't know. You haven't been in. Right.
I've been sick for a week, but I'm thinking of some jiu-jitsu questions I want to ask you. But
me. All right.
No, you know what fucking question I have for you, mate, is sit up guard.
Yeah,
I keep trying to sit up, mate.
Yeah.
And I want to put my head into them. I don't want to just stand up for a double leg.
You should do that.
Yeah, but I don't want to get guillotined. What's the deal?
Okay. Go with your head in the middle at the start, and maybe as you continue to push towards them, they manage to shake your head to either side of their body, and you take them down.
You better finish that, boss.
Why are you finished?
Yeah. Tilt that glass. Continue speaking.
It's just I'm so disgusted.
It's not great, is it?
No. It isn't, really. It's like white wine, which I hate, with fizz. Not Sanpelli bubbles either. Little fucking Perrier bubbles. Horrible.
And there you go. That's the bottle done.
Nasty, nasty Perrier bottles.
Nasty stuff.
Bubbles.
It's not bad. Imagine being in the club and you pay £500 to £1,000 for that. You'd be so pissed off.
And your breath is just so pissy afterwards, you know? Imagine that.
There is good You can get good champagne, though. I don't think this is one. But this is
But how much is a good champagne then, like realistically?
No, you can get decent ones. Like my friend loves it.
Is it just the vintage? Did you just get a shit year? You fucking arsehole.
I don't know, but there is one I get from my friend who loves it, and I pay £50 a bottle. It's NY Timber, which is I don't know why we're talking about this, but it's an English one. It's quite nice. But classic French ones are also good, but I don't think this is particularly nice.
God,
Really, I'm not a big alcohol connoisseur. Neither is our audience, probably.
no.
Tell me about this. So I'm playing
Yeah,
City
you fucking.
Guy with
all
you.
right. First of all, it's more important about the setup. Let's say we're playing seated guard. You're in shin on shin. You're trying to get single leg X. Don't just go straight away and try and inshallah the single leg X entry because it doesn't work. First, you pull and lean forward. You know what I'm saying? Like pull but lean forward, and then if there's any tension pulling you backwards, you then use that to either sweep them or block their leg or ankle pick them or wrestle up.
Right.
And when you wrestle up, ideally keep your head right in the middle the whole time. I would actually try to do that all the time, basically, because if your head goes under the armpit, then they can get the 100%er, and then it's get a bit dicey. So I'd rather avoid that. But let's say you have to take your head to the outside and they guillotine you. You must 4-point and not panic. You know what I'm saying?
4-point tripod, get up.
Just take your head out and then roll your chin to the outside. You know what's a good example? Watch Isaac Michel with Kanan Duarch.
Yeah?
Yeah, in the Polaris thing. Kanan, it was exactly that. Like, he completed it, and then he just 4-pointed, and Kanan's obviously choking him, but it's not enough to sub him. It's
Isaac
just really
took him down with a double
uncomfortable.
leg.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Yeah. And then Kainan was choking him, but he just 4-pointed out and got his head out. And you could see he was like almost having to roll out of it. Like if you feel like you're going to get subbed there, you have to roll out and try and spin your head out, but then you lose top position. But ideally, you take them down and you manage to slip your head out without getting finished. There it is. And then you wait to the very last moment. Or if you feel like, okay, it's under my neck and he's about to swing his legs over, then you have to roll straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you see. Yeah. Whereas before... Not so much. Yeah, so that's one jiu-jitsu question. Okay, here's an S&C question. How much do you reckon I could deadlift with perfect form?
I think that 160 was flying up, mate.
I looked at the video. It went up very quickly.
Like what I was talking about. Like the analogy that I gave you on that.
Oh, yeah, just like that, yeah. 28 miles an hour.
Yep, just like that. No, it came up really well. I reckon you could hit a 180 smoothly.
Yeah.
I'd love to get you on the 200, mate.
I reckon I could. I reckon I have some fear. What about a belt? With a belt?
You don't deadlift with a belt now, boss.
Yeah, but I'm saying if I use the belt, how much could I deadlift?
If you get used to it, if you get used to the belt, what you think belt's a magic tool, mate?
Will it just make me feel more secure about my lumbar, lordosis lumbar? It's a bit over there.
This is a great question. A segue to the question, which I'll come back to, is using a weightlifting belt. People are like, oh, should I use a belt? Yeah, a belt is great if you're a heavy lifter and you do have some good heavy compounds.
Going to say something else?
What? Don't start. What a belt does is it helps give you feedback for your core, right? And it can help you lift a little bit heavier. But by bracing properly, it just helps the you know that you've got a solid brace with the abs, with the abage, mate.
I'd like to know what it feels like.
It does help you lift a little bit heavier, but it's more for the feedback. What I recommend, if you really like lifting, definitely use a belt. At any level you can use a belt, but you just want to brace into it. So you want to take that breath in to the abs, and the belt, because it's going to be really tight around the abdominals, it's going to let you know, right, you're fucking bracing, because your abs are obviously going to be pushing into the belt, and it will help you tighten things up a little bit more. It's not going to be like, oh, you can lift 20% more with the belt. This is going to give you better feedback and make you feel a bit more confident.
Can you get injured whilst bracing?
For sure.
Right. So how do you know when you're about to break your lumbar?
So you might even not get injured by breaking a lumbar. I've seen many people lifting heavy shit, and their lumbar looks awful. I've seen people lift perfectly and fuck their backs. So you can't always pinpoint when an injury is going to happen. That's the tricky thing, because you could have you could get away with some terrible reps, and the bar comes up and you're like, I'm actually okay, and you could do some good form. Like I've done some deadlifts in the past because I've had spine surgery, perfect form, and the back's gone. Nah, don't like it, and you're like, fuck, you're out for a week. So to answer your question, basically it's just building up a good amount of resilience, and you don't know exactly when you get injured, but it can happen over time. The most important thing is to understand how fatigued that you are going into that session. I would say that's how you know. Is your hydration good? Have you had a fairly good night's sleep? How much strength training have you done in the past? How strong you actually are? Because some people are just freaks though.
What are they called? The overcoming whatever's
ISOs.
Yeah. Are they helpful to know exactly how hard you can go without injuring yourself, would you say?
Overcoming ISOs are good, but you can only hold them for like that. The overcoming ISO is like 3 to 8 seconds of work.
Yeah.
Is that good for you to know if you're going to get injured? No. But it's helpful to do. Overcoming ISOs are good. They're a great warm up. They're actually really good warm ups to do. So like, let's say you could do, if you want to do, a max effort deadlift.
Yeah.
Doing overcoming ISO could be a great way to warm up for that. Prime the nervous system.
Prime the nerves.
Prime the nervous system.
That's probably what I need, because I feel like I could lift heavier, but I don't want to die.
Maybe we should.
I don't even want to be minorly niggled. I want nothing.
We should do some overcoming ISOs. Max effort in the half range position.
Yeah.
Just
exactly. Yeah.
For like 3, because you
just above the knees.
Exactly. Realistically, you can only do an overcoming ISO for like 3 to 8 seconds. Absolute max effort.
May I also ask, when is the most common moment for the bar to injure a man?
Probably once it gets to knee height.
After knee height.
I've seen the most, because people will be here and they're going up there. Once the bar.
That's where I let go of it that time.
Exactly, yeah. But you had that. It came up well, and we had some rest, and you went again, and you fucking smoked it.
Yeah.
The thing is,
but why is that? Is that me pulling it on my thighs, not pulling it on my thighs when I should be?
Your form is good. It's just that you naturally you like the hunchback of Notre Dame position. You like that. RuneScape.
Fucking.
Which I don't really like to coach you out of, because we've had many conversations about it, and you're like, I feel good, so I'm not really gonna.
Yeah.
I don't like to get the chest up cue. Doesn't work for you, because what happens if I say chest up to you, you extend too much.
Yeah.
Whereas some people, they don't extend. So this is a good one for the coaches listening. You need to find, not all cues work for every athlete. You need to find the cue that works for that particular athlete. If I say to Flano, chest up, mate, he always extends his lower back, and he's like, that actually hurt my back a bit.
Yeah. So it's fine if I. Not fine. That, but
what you don't want a lot of change. As soon as you start lifting the bar, you don't want to see a lot of change throughout the movement. So let's say if you lift, and then you getting quite a bit of flexion, but if the flexion remains the same throughout,
yeah, I see,
it's fine. But as long as it just doesn't end up like a big Jefferson curl,
yeah,
it's hard to say too, because our boy Alex Steiner, shout out San Diego. He loves the Zercher deadlifts, and that is just predominantly flexion. The Zercher deadlift, you start here, and then you just fucking lift the bar up. So your body will adapt. The body will adapt to that flex position.
Yeah. That's what I do feel like sometimes.
I think you got a good deadlift, and I think it's definitely come on since we've been doing the higher sets, because you're having more exposure to it each week. I would like to see you push some heavier weights on them.
I would like to see a range of people deadlifting and a range of people getting injured deadlifted. And then I would see.
Oh, see what particular position injures people the most.
Start to, maybe even if I don't recognize exactly what's happening, just have a little look and see like, ooh.
Mate, honestly, I've seen people do perfect deadlifts. They have the perfect setup, everything looks good. And as soon as they start lifting, the bar will go bang, and they go, nah. And they blow a disc out. Seriously. Wow. One time I went to training and my disc was just a little bit aggravated. I just stood up from guard. I went bang. And I heard a big pop. And I looked around and I go, what the fuck was that?
And it was
my back.
It was me,
my back
just behind
popped.
me.
Yeah, and I was fucked for like 2 weeks. Not fucked. I was just in a lot of pain, but it was fine. It got better.
Weakness leaving the body?
Bulge the disc, mate. Cheers, man.
Cheers to...
Oh, is that the Uber calling you? Better answer that, mate.
Oh, it might be actually.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, this is quite fun of episode 100, mate. What a celebration. When we started in the room upstairs, what people said looked like a single man's living room. Joke's on them. I'm actually single now. Oh,
you fucking idiots. Look what you've done.
Fucking idiots. No, it was in my client's office that was upstairs. It was fantastic. Then we moved to the gym, and then we moved into this space, mate.
That's when we started making serious money.
Serious cash. You know, like I said in previous episodes, we get 10K listeners a month. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and you know what each listener gets us in money? £1, my friend.
£1.
So if you're listening, we owe you £1.
Write in the comments. I'm listening to this podcast right now,
and I want my pound today. Yeah. Seriously, if I had some, if anyone had answered to my raspberries thing, we'd have some questions. But I guess no one gives a shit. Let's see.
This is actually answered. This is a nice celebration of episode 100, but we don't actually have any questions. Scrumptious.
This is a nice.
And we need to figure it out on ourselves.
No, this is awful. Right. As an autistic person, you know, not a single answer. Insane.
Because you didn't delete the stories beforehand.
I mean, it's probably because the question was literally raspberries.
Raspberries.
It was a good ankle pick, though.
What do you like about the ankle pick, mate?
Mate, fucking, what don't you like? Honestly, that is a good question. Just that I'm not good enough at it to conveniently get it all the time. But
more detail.
More detail, fuck.
I've seen you smash really good opponents with an ankle pick before. Trickery, mate. It's trickery. It's a
From seated, I like an ankle pick. I fucking love an ankle pick. But from standing, I still love it. But basically, it just works in a certain posture. Correct me if I'm wrong, everyone. But the ankle picks work better when your partner has a wide stance and when their shin is at a negative angle to the ankle. If we're talking David Gray, if someone's knee is beyond their toes, which is difficult when you have a wide stance, might I add, a wide, even stance.
Yeah. She needs to get that weight backwards. You need to get that weight backwards, mate. That's what you're saying.
No, but the ideal would be the head forward, but the knee at a negative angle to the ankle.
Like that.
Yeah.
Off balance, mate.
Absolutely ankle pickable. So, and also, you need to be in range of it so that you can snap without any movement of the spine. You know, it's just all got to be just arm, bang, pull. No extra spine movement. That is maybe a bit of rotation, but nothing that's going to require a lot of body weight moving backwards and forwards. When you attack the ankle pick, what I would recommend is disguising the range that you're at with other attacks involving your free arm and your leg, involving covering the eyes or clubbing their head. Suddenly, you're in range of an ankle pick with an opponent who is pushing themselves away from their toe, whose knee is at a negative angle. You can fucking take that knee.
This is where your collar tie comes into play, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, it is, my friend. Mate, Christian's going to be really upset when we don't eat with him later.
No, we're going to eat with him, for sure. We're going to match Allow, that nice steak place. Anyway, I'll talk for a little bit so you can get stuck into your pizza.
Well, should I just keep it rolling?
Yeah, we'll keep the camera rolling. Ankle picking. I'm good at ankle picking, man.
Mate, you're a fucking legend at ankle picking.
I'm not. You know what? When you see a lot of high-level wrestling, correct me if I'm wrong, fellas, most of it ends up being low single shots and single leg shots. Why is that, Owen?
I don't know. I don't even know if that's statistically true.
Like I said, I could be making it up, but it seems that way.
It does seem that way. As a formula, it's like hand fighting, faking.
Still alive, always. And he shoots down for a single leg, and because he's so fucking strong. Once he gets his hands connected, he just fucking pulls you in.
Yeah, I mean, unless they're judo throws, there's another hair. I love those. Yeah, unless they're judo throws, usually it goes connect to one leg, connect to the second leg, take your partner down. Like connect to their hips and then lift them up and slam them down. Or
that's a formula, is that?
That is the formula. One leg, second leg. All the time, it's single leg to ankle pick and then foot sweep the other leg. Single leg to double leg. Front headlock to single leg to double leg to body lock. It always ends in a body lock or a double leg.
Sandro is an example.
No hand fighting.
No hand fighting, low single shoot straight away. Every time.
He low singles. He tries to double, I think.
Low ankle pick. He'll never try and double me. Always just goes almost on the floor, grabs the ankle, comes up, gets the double leg. Or gets the single leg.
You just have to teleport to the back, mate.
I need to do that every time. He'll just go shoot low.
He shoots well.
He does shoot well. He shoots quick. Shoots well. He's surprisingly very fast for a big unit.
Yeah, he shoots well. But there's no hand fighting, so if you can manage to collar tie him for long enough, he'll get tired.
Whereas Silvio collar ties you to hell. I haven't trained with him in a while, but he collar ties a lot. Ties you down, looking for foot sweeps.
Mate, just collar tying people and walking forward, and then as soon as they push back, you pull them. Then they're going to escape their head. Then you collar tie the other side, and you just repeat that, and you don't need any skills other than negative hand fighting and collar tying.
Sorry, go.
And that's it. You can tire people out and make them hate jiu-jitsu.
Kieran Kachuk. Shout out Kieran Kachuk. We like that fella. Mm-hmm. And D-Man. Shout out D-Man. Also a good fella. Did a video during the week. And you taught me this detail originally. Catching the armpit. Catching the foot and the high armpit.
Yeah.
For tight
the toes, yeah.
A lot of people don't know that, man.
Most people don't know shit about boxing. I do like Kieran's teaching. Not going to lie. He helped me with his video is very good for full sweep. He teaches very well.
Get that microphone.
I'm shouting. He teaches very fucking well. I wasn't shouting, actually. It's very quiet.
Yeah.
But we can double it.
Kieran, shout out Kieran. Did you learn from his false sweep instructional?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's a good instructional.
Yeah.
It's nice. It feels very clean.
He explains the detail very well about catching the foot and why it works very well in the armpit. And am I saying that correctly? Catching the foot in the armpit.
Yeah. Foot is a bit of a broad term, mate, but...
Toes in the armpit. Squeezing
now
the
we're
lats
cooking.
down. Squeezing the lats down. That's how you keep it tight, mate.
Should we go to a normal pub after this? All right, let's go to Audley Public House. Fuck that other place.
You want to go there? You like that place?
I want to have some pints downstairs. Shout out Pommy, guys. If you could just repost most of the new Pommy.
What surprised me was everywhere I went in America, our American listeners, no, to be honest, all around the world, every time I go to a jiu-jitsu gym, people always come up to me and go, hey, mate, honestly, at least 2 to 3 people, I'd imagine more for you, come up to me and go, hey, mate, I love the podcast. I'm like, thanks so much, man. Some geezer in Mayfair walked up to me. Huh?
I always say the same thing.
You say the same thing to, hey, mate.
What a waste of time.
I say, thanks, man. I'm going to move to Miami. And they go, what's going to happen to the podcast? First thing. What's
going to happen to my work shits?
Lucky for you guys, no progress has been made on Miami. So we'll keep doing the pod.
The government don't want you?
It's hard to get in, mate. Yeah, 150 grand and a business plan.
That's so weird.
Why? Just start a business.
Just need 150 grand.
Well, that's the broad figure that I've been given by my lawyer. She's like, you should probably have this much, ready to invest, ready to hire American employees, go to the States, and set up shop, and you'll be good. And that's it. That's that's on the E2 visa.
Is that US dollars?
USD, yeah. For you, it's easier. You can get the athlete's visa.
Okay, yeah.
You can get the E2 visa.
5K for athlete visa.
Maybe more. Probably costs you 10K for the visa to get the visa overall because of all the lawyers and everything. But you'll be able to get that. What did you well is that Forbes article that you did when you went to Q8.
Yeah. What? Mention that.
Yeah.
All right.
Because if you have reputable sources writing about you, it's easy to get in.
Forbes.
Shout out QA.
Hilarious.
We'll chat more about this off air, but
Maybe I should go back to
another
Kuwait.
yeah, another boys trip is in process, fellas.
It's just PTSD.
No. My our boy, he assured me that it's going to be a much better time. I feel like we need questions to structure this podcast. No, what I was going to talk about is strength training, 1 session per week. I did a post about what I recommend you fellas do is do a quick warm up, focus on core movement patterns, get some side bends in, get some kind of rotation in, do a hamstring iso or some hamstring flexion exercise. Then you're going to get stuck into your plyos. You need to be doing plyos. It's going to make you feel more athletic. It's great for your tendons, muscles,
hopping
fences.
Hopping
fences is also good. Running around the block, jumping over fences.
Running around the block.
And then I would focus on building a really strong squat pattern to start with. You could do front loaded variation, you could do a back loaded variation, even machine squats. If you're a taller fella, hack squats, pendulum squats, they're great options because sometimes for the taller fellas, the back squats just ain't going to be working for you. Even the front squats can be a little bit uncomfortable. So your pendulum squats or your belt squat options are also very good. Forks are in here, boss. And then you're going to superset pushing and pulling movements. If it's the 1 session per week, I would really try and drive up the bench and superset that with.
Do you think anyone who has listened this far actually is listening for any advice? Surely
Let
not.
me finish, man.
Let me
Let me finish, man.
All right, man.
And then rowing, pulling overhead. We're going to superset. No, that's it. Pulling overhead. And then you're going to do some posterior chain movement patterns because you've already done the heavy squat compound, right? So this is a great opportunity to do some heavy hinging and improve your hinging pattern. Lengthen the glutes, lengthen the hamstrings. Great for flexibility. Pair that with some overhead pressing movements, and then you're going to hit direct arm and grip work at the finale of that. You could literally run that program for 8 to 12 weeks, and then you could swap up some variations upon those exercises. You could even swap the squat pattern to a heavy deadlift if you're only training once per week.
People would lap it up.
Huh?
People would lap it up.
They'd lap it up. If you've listened this far, fair play to you. You'd be surprised. I think people do listen this far.
Zoning in and out.
But that's what you want to do. You literally run that for 8 to 12 weeks, change a few variations, e.g., make your deadlift a squat, or make your deadlift a block pull or a deficit deadlift. Make your bench press a dumbbell bench press or a pause bench press. You don't need to change too much. Make your pull up a chin up or a single arm row, or make your single arm row a chest supported row. For your hinge pattern, maybe you've been doing RDLs. Try Zercher RDLs or try single leg RDL. Overhead pressing. Try some barbell overhead pressing. Some dumbbells. Pike pressing. There's so many different variations you could do. And you just change things subtly. And that's basically how you design the perfect strength training template for Jiu-Jitsu. Mate, as if you're not going to eat the rest of that. Are you serious?
I'm not.
That looks great. Really? Why?
Delicious. Tartar del Nonna completed.
Really? You're not going to eat that? That's insane.
Mate, when you go to a restaurant, you don't eat to fill yourself up. You eat to taste the food. That's why I always leave a third.
You're a fucking coward, mate.
Yeah, I always leave a third.
Mate, this has been 48 minutes minus probably the 5 minutes of the interlude.
It's going so well.
It is going so well. What else do you want to talk about, mate?
Well, I actually have a bit of San Pellegrino here and a latte, and I'd like everyone to join me. Late. And I'd like everyone to join me, and some Dom Perignon.
That's finished, mate.
Shout out to that.
Money well spent. Shout out Dom Perignon for actually sponsoring this podcast.
Respect.
Big respect.
Shout out to that guy we saw at Polaris who suggested we have the Dom Perignon without realizing you are the reason we have the Dom Perignon, just so you know.
He'll be listening.
And the second bottle of Dom Perignon
for
£6.50. This one was actually a bit cheaper than the other one, but
it must be awful.
Just as good.
Must be awful.
No, probably not yet.
Probably better, to be fair.
And a latte.
Fill me up with some San Pelli.
You want some Pellegrino?
Yeah, there's still some Dom Perignon in this.
I love mixing San Pelli and Dom Pelli. San Pelli and Dom Pelli. All right, here you go.
Go on, lad. Fill it up. To the brim, mate. To the brim. To the brim. You better fill up to the brim. Keep going. That ain't the brim. That ain't the brim. That ain't the brim. That's the brim. Well, okay.
Dom Perignon. That sounded refreshing.
Right. What a podcast. Excellent. Anything else to add, Owen? Anything else any pressing matters?
Okay, yeah. Let me just think. So, if you were to ever spend money on a Patreon, what would make you spend that money? Would you like to see clips of me just smoking people?
Surely it's sparring.
Minute clips, 30 seconds to a minute clips. Do you need to see the whole round for context? No. You just want to see the highlights? I need to see the whole round for context.
No, it is the whole round, yeah. Just one round.
Yeah. Or, but the rounds I'm always, I'm being friendly to people. I'm not just assaulting them. Or if I'm trying stuff, I'm trying different stuff differently. Anyway, or do you just want to see more technique things? Do you want to see me teach a technique and then do a technique to some hapless cunt? Do you just want to see techniques? Do you want to see, composition? Or do you want to see me, what's the word?
What are you saying, mate? How pissed are you?
Break down other competitions. I'm saying, what would be the ideal if you were to spend money on a Patreon? What would you expect from that Patreon to most help you? Because, I'm uploading stuff that I think is going to be helpful.
It's going to be a mix of each.
For Gen Pop.
Do one technique a week, do one sparring video a week, and then do one breakdown every fortnight. Because breakdowns are going to take the longest. One technique, one sparring, one breakdown a fortnight. So you can even do, But you want to upload 3 times a week.
Breakdowns, 2 to 3, yeah. Breakdowns are a bit shit. I just think
they're not, mate. For noobs like myself, watching a breakdown is helpful.
Breakdown.
Concept, because you're explaining concepts.
But I don't like breaking down a whole match because it's rare that the whole match is fun.
You break down a move. Hey, I really like the way Gordon's passing here. The reason why I like his passing is because he's using a C grip in the armpit. The C grip in the armpit is helpful because it's going to help him. Exactly.
But I like to do the move for a while first. Because otherwise, you don't really understand it. You just see it.
Mate, think about you fucking idiot, mate. No, you're not an idiot. But listen to this. The wealth of knowledge that you have accumulated over the years of jiu-jitsu, yeah? You could literally break down that on any move. I really like the way Gordon Ryan sets up this armbar. Here's how I would think about setting up this armbar. The reason why this armbar works is because he's done this.
But if it's a new concept to me, mate,
well, then don't break down new concepts. Just break down stuff that's worked in the past and things that you find interesting. And
the real gold mines.
That's exactly, and that's gonna require a bit of research from you, which is work because you need to work to make mullah, mate. Wow. But trust me, fam.
No way.
Trust me on this.
Okay.
If you do it well, people will buy into it.
Yeah.
Right? And you need to post the technique. Here's the thing. Post the technique 2 times per week.
Nothing gets you more sticker taps than trolling. That's all I'm going to say.
Don't worry about sticker taps, mate. Don't worry about sticker taps.
Link clicks.
Do a reel 2 times per week on the technique because that bangs, boss. That's going to get at least 30K views a pop. Some will do hundreds of thousands. Yeah?
Yeah.
Twice a week. Then you have your Instagram subscription or Patreon. Instagram subscription's even easier because it's easier. It's a lower bar to entry. Because they go, swipe to the left. Subscribe, done. Bosh.
But when it's been previously a free service to then have a paid service, people...
It's the same as Patreon.
I ain't doing that. Yeah, but Patreon has always been paid. It's always been special for extras.
Well, whatever.
But, let's see. I will try it anyway and see if people are foolish enough to buy it. Only joking, it's worth it.
It's worth it, mate. Look, you do 2 techniques a week. You do 1 sparring week. And then you do 1 breakdown every fortnight. Trust me, mate.
Genius.
It is. It is. If you do it well, you'll be laughing.
It's coming.
Josh Saunders, he makes 25 to 50 grand Australian a month.
From HBU coaching, yeah.
Hey, you're Owen O'Flanagan.
Eoghan, yeah.
You have a successful podcast.
50K a month.
Aussie. 25K sterling. Obviously, that's his maximum range. Minimum range is 20K a month. right? You could be doing very well, my friend, but it's consistency of posting, right? That's all it is. Trust me, fam. If you're a jiu-jitsu athlete out there and you're like, how do I make money from the sport? It is in
DVDs and seminars.
Doing this kind of stuff. Huh?
DVDs and seminars.
No, you did, because BJJ Fanatics won't pay you well, but it's starting your own thing and getting your own subscription service and being consistent with your posting of techniques and concepts and breakdowns, and that's what it is.
Yeah, I understand. It's just long, isn't it?
It's application, mate.
It's all just long.
It's application.
You know what?
You know what's not long?
Anything?
Driving a Lamborghini. You know what's not long?
I can't even drive, mate. That's really
You know what's
difficult.
not long? Succulent meals.
I have them.
Fine establishments.
I have everything I want.
Well, there you go. You're happy then.
Yeah, I am.
You happy?
Guys, I'm happy to announce I am happy. Put it there. I've got a successful baby. Like
owns an oil mine in Michigan.
Kenya, actually.
Yeah.
I have a cobalt mine in Congo. It's very profitable. Let me tell you, mate, labor is cheap.
This podcast is very diverse, isn't it? We've taken those.
Seriously, though, check out the cobalt mines. Really terrible stuff. It's true.
Cobalt. That's the
It's the stuff they make phones with.
They make iPhones with, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Should we talk about loads of depressing stuff for a little while?
Yeah, my dog died 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Awful,
Quite funny,
really.
actually. Anything else? Yeah, they must love this.
This is nothing really. I kind of want to get out of here. I've literally been in the gym since 7 a.m. I've been in here for 9 hours now. Guys, you've had enough as well. Guys, let's finish that. Episode 100 and plenty more to come. Make sure you like, subscribe, listen to the podcast. Particularly subscribe on YouTube. Even if you don't watch on YouTube, head over to our YouTube channel right now and subscribe. That's helpful to continue the podcast being successful. Anything you have to say? Oh yeah, if you check out the link below, there's a free strength program that I offer for 1 week, and of course, obviously, after you finish that week, buy the program. You have lots of stuff to sell. Buy it all.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Guys, thanks for watching.